Testing 1, 2. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is BCD 113, and I am playing Mech Warrior. I don't really know how this will go when I actually record it. Perhaps it might lag me or something like that. But this is actually a very decent game that Gray introduced me to. He's an incredibly big fan of the Mech Warrior series. I played it on my Sega Genesis. Yeah. So anyway, I only have 2 mechs, which is the Catapult, Catapult series. I kind of chose this by accident because it looks like the one that from the only game that I played. But Gray's helped me optimize them, and well, I could go in and show you all the different stuff. Basically, this one has short-range missiles that it fires, and it fires a shit ton of them at once. And this one has PP. You know what? I will go into the loadout and see what it is. ERPPCs, which are essentially long-range particle projection cannons, or some shit like that. I would never have been able to figure this out if he hadn't helped me with this. Part of the main difference, aside from the fact that this is mostly these cannons, and this mech, is the fact that this one is pretty much absolutely no range. All it has is the missiles, and I'll actually show you that in testing grounds. Okay, so it crashed the first time. I don't know where it actually cut off. So yeah, testing grounds. More or less, I can practice against NPCs. But I actually wanted to also film the startup sequence.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
Wiggle wiggle. So,
all systems nominal.
Aside from the voice and the awesome stuff, one of the first things you actually notice about this is it's a first-person view, but it's not at the same time. You actually are in a cockpit. What I actually really like about this is you can look around. So the heads-up display is on your helmet, and you can see different stuff, and you can kind of see your character moving around, kind of. I don't know if these ever actually display anything. I think they do, eventually. But anyway, that unlocks it from the screen. The cursor that's going up and down, aside from my crosshair, that's actually where my arms are doing. If I were to move right to left in a different mech, if it actually has arms in front of it, you would have a little bit more leeway with where it's aiming. But because I don't have arms, it's just up and down. And also heat sinks. This game is essentially about heat sinks, or rather, the amount of heat that you can dissipate determines how much you can fire, how long you can fire, and how long your mech will last. But those are there. I can zoom into it. And as you can see there. And it's also represented on the things on the side. And it'll go down eventually. So, this mech also has jump jets on it.
Fuel at 25%.
Which has regenerating fuel and stuff like that. And I can also set it to auto walk, and that's actually kind of decent because half the time you can't even find your
target acquired.
Your opponent for a little while. Oh, I also have heat vision and night vision. Heat vision I'll show you a little bit later. It's not as impressive when I don't have like other weapons. So the thing about this mech is it's a shotgun. It fires off 6 times, or it fires off 6x6. It fires off 6 missile launchers that have a volley of 6 in them, which can pretty much bring down a mech in one hit. The thing is, when the target's actually moving, it's not as easy. And the other thing is, did I just freeze? No, I didn't.
Target acquired.
I almost do no damage at, yeah, I did no damage. So unless I'm right next to my target, I'm probably not going to take them down. and there's a slight lag between when I actually fire and when the missiles actually go off.
Fuel at 0%.
See, so if I do damage to the front, I get about 20 points of damage. But as you can see from, actually if you look on the top left, when I'm looking at something, it'll show me the damages to what part, and actually I didn't even notice it shows what it has. But as you can see, as it gets more damaged, come on.
Heat level critical.
Oh, and then there's heat level. I'm actually glad.
At 25%.
So, if I go over my heat limit, that'll happen. And you have to shut down, and then you have to cool off. Depending on the level, different levels have different temperature settings, and you know, if you're in water, it'll be a lot faster. You can also do something called like a cool jet or something like that, and cool hit. I don't even know what it's called. You can do that, and it'll take away some of that. You can also
Override
override
engage.
your heat limit, but if you go like, I think it's, if you engage the heat limit and leave it on and keep just
acquired.
firing, eventually you're gonna just explode, which is kind of funny. So this probably really isn't that interesting in testing grounds, because, you know, it's not against people.
Fuel at 0%.
And if you notice on the mini-map on the bottom there, first off you can see
Target
things.
acquired.
Do that. You can get different things to put inside your mech that changes the amount of distance I can see them at, all those kind of things. But it also shows my range of vision and where my legs are pointing. The way that this works is kind of like a tank, where I can face this way but still be going, my legs will still be facing forward. So I can fire this way and turn this way, but my legs are forward. That gets a little confusing sometimes. You can center it, or you can redo your torso to that. All this different stuff.
SRM ammo depleted.
Yeah, that might be a good time to exit that.
Reactor online.
And this is the other
Sensors
mech.
online.
I think
Weapons
switched over.
online. All systems
Yep,
nominal.
there we go. So this one doesn't have jump jets. It's actually I think the only catapult that doesn't have jump jets. I really wish it did. But what it does have,
Target acquired.
This is long range. Basically, it's a long range sniper. Unless I get a critical hit on an object, oh, it's dead. Wow. Unless I get a critical hit on an object, it does only about like 10 points of damage. But in this game, 10 points of damage is actually quite a lot. I also have lasers. And this is actually a good map to show that, you know, water, stuff like that. Not really very good for night, but heat vision. There. Yeah. Anyway, so there's there's 4 different types of lasers, but there's 3 different variants in terms of small, medium, large, kind of like drinks. I have 2 medium on here. They're green. Small is red, and large is blue. I get some weird lag. I guess it's just from fraps. But the thing is I don't actually have ballistics to be able to show you. Actually, I might have it on a trial mech. The difference between a ballistics weapon and an energy weapon is the energy weapons build up a lot more heat, but they don't require ammo. Ballistics weapons will still build up heat, but not nearly as quickly, and they do require ammo. Some of them do hit harder, though. I get kind of pissed off sometimes, because if you take, it's essentially a railgun, and
Target acquired.
you put it on a mech, and you have like 3 or 4 of the railguns, and then you get the better version of the zoom, you can snipe people's cockpits, and that's a critical hit, and they go down pretty quick. So one of the cool things with Mech Warrior is I didn't actually know this for a while. There's different sections of the mech. So we have the cockpit, which I'm using it like a laser pointer. There's the arms, the cockpit, all that different kind of stuff, and you can actually... There we go. So you can actually knock components off. Well, the arms and some of the stuff inside of it, at least. Now, if this were an actual player, he would have his heat dissipation would go down a lot less, because he's missing an arm, for God's sakes. And it would do a lot of damage. He also obviously wouldn't be able to use the weapons that were in that. If you get a direct hit onto the cockpit, it's usually a one-hit kill. And if you can go in and hit the sides here, that's usually where ammo is stored. And a lot of the time that will if you hit ballistics ammo, it will actually explode.
Critical.
Whoops. And if it explodes, you know, it does a lot of damage to you. Usually it means that you explode too.
Critical.
The other thing is, armor in the front is a lot more durable than armor in the back. I think this might also be yeah, this is an awesome mech, so it's...
Critical.
There we go. But yeah, this mech is essentially
Target acquired. Heat level
long
critical.
range. The unfortunate thing is, it doesn't do a hell of a lot
Heat
of
level
damage.
critical.
And I don't have the super zoom. So I kind of clicked launch before I realized it.
Reactor
Basically,
online.
I'm in a mech that I've never used before, and I don't
Sensors
even know what it
online.
is.
Weapons online.
That's not
All
good.
systems nominal.
Autocannon 2, autocannon 5. Beam laser, alright. More than likely you're going to watch me fail at this. So, these are my weapon sets. This is really meant for a mouse, or actually this is really meant for a control stick or something like that. This game is really meant to have a mouse with a lot of buttons on it. You know, a gaming mouse, a mouse I don't have. So I set it to 1 and 2 is button 1 and 2 on my mouse, obviously, and then 3 is actually the V button on my computer. You can also, if you press Control on your weapon sets, you can chain them, which essentially just means that when you're pressing down the fire button, instead of firing both at the same time, it'll go 1, 2, or rather, like, you know, it'll if there's two, it'll fire. If I had the AC2s on chain, it'll fire one AC2 and then the second one, not both in tandem. It can be useful, especially for things with
Target acquired.
I like these.
Heat level critical.
And I'll back the fuck away.
Medium laser destroyed. Autocannon destroyed.
The thing about the trial mechs is I don't have any of my modifiers.
Warning incoming missile. Right arm destroyed. Left leg destroyed.
So one of the cool things about this, which, man, that was not a fun thing. Also, I could spectate people, but it's not really worth it. One of the cool things about Mech Warrior is you don't have to sit around. So apparently this game really doesn't like fraps, or at least in the loading screen. So I have to turn off fraps, then load in, blah blah blah. The cool thing about this, though, is you see how this says in-game? I don't have to wait the entire game to be able to like exit out and get my stuff. Things. It's actually one of the reasons I don't like, COD or whatever. Basically, games that if you die, you automatically have to wait. Yeah, I understand the reason for it, but it gets kind of boring after a while, especially when it's a game where you die a lot, like this game. I mean, if you're good at it, you'll survive, but whatever. So Mech Warrior has this thing where it does trial mechs. As you can see, these are the trial mechs. I don't think aside from the one that I just failed with, I don't think I've ever used any of these. But the thing with trial mechs is that I think they change them up every month or week. I don't really know. They'll always be a light, medium, heavy, and then assault. Assault is essentially like a big friggin' mech. They have a lot of weapons and they're slow. Light mechs obviously very fast, and these two are, you can guess. The mechs that you own, however, you can go in here and you can buy different stuff for it. So like, I have everything maxed out on the K2 for this tree, but on the A1, which is the shotgun mech, I still need to get stuff. I should probably wait for that, but whatever. Never use general XP here. It'd just be stupid. There's a lot of other things you can do with it, but you get little upgrades. None of them are incredibly like amazing. Actually, I am going to do that one. So I now can twist 10% more, which really isn't all that much if you think about it. And the way that you unlock these trees down here is you have 3 of the mechs out of the set of 4. I'm working my way up to getting one of them. I think I'm going to go with the... I don't remember which one it was. One of them has more laser weapons than the other. But as you can see, I kind of like this one. And then there's pilot trees, which this is why you shouldn't use GXP on the other thing there. Gets you different stuff. The advanced zoom is more or less, instead of zooming in your entire thing, it does like a little window zoom, so you just still get your peripheral vision. But there's all these different other things, and I don't really even care about most of them. I don't think I have any people use them all that much. Yeah, these are the module things. Cost a lot of money. I probably should get that at some point. And actually, can I get that soon? I'm gonna just try to do that if I can. Oh, damn it. I always read the buy, or I always read the sell price as the buy price. But anyway, you can get different stuff. That's new. What do you do? UAV, unmanned vehicle. Okay. Cool shot. That's the thing I was talking about earlier. That you can press. I think it's delete, and it'll automatically start your cooldown rate like right then. There's artillery strikes and airstrikes, which I don't think I've ever seen anyone use, or I just died too quickly. And then there's other things that I can't even use yet. There's also stuff you can do with the cockpit. If I ever spend money on this game, I will probably get a hula girl and either a stinky tree or the dog tags. And these I don't even know what these are. They're cool, but whatever. You can get camo, different patterns and stuff, but as you can see, most of it costs money. MC is money. Don't know what that is. But, yeah, they, I think you can actually, yeah, these you can get, different colors in, but they're kind of a strange palette. I like the green, personally. Oh, the blue isn't bad. I don't know, I'll fool around with that later. But, it's expensive. And the way that the whole actually building your mech works is you kind of go in here and you can drag stuff around and stuff like that. I did something stupid where I bought the wrong engine and placed it in here, and it was a complete downgrade, and Gray was like, why would you do that? So yeah. But yeah, this is an incredibly fun game. I'll probably play a little bit in a minute, but it's not really that interesting, so I'll probably do it in snippets. So you'll probably see cuts and snippets and stuff. I have to quit out to load, so blur. Oh, one thing I should mention before I go into this. So buying mechs are expensive, obviously. Some of them are money only sort of thing. Those ones usually have specific designs or whatever to them, like I think this is one of the newest ones. It's a assault mech, but it has a specific skin. So like heavy metal has a specific skin. This one, they look different more or less. I think this one might be the same skin, but have something that it has something different. I think you can. I don't know if you can change the loadout of it. More than likely you can. But as you can see, it costs a good amount of money, and this is what I have at the moment. Assault mechs cost even more. In fact, what is the Highlander the most expensive? No, I don't know. But anyway, the ones that I use are the Catapult series. So I have this, and I have this one. I think I'm going for the C4. What is the A1? Oh, it's not that. Yeah, I'm going for this one. I don't really... Long-range missiles kind of suck, in my opinion. They're cool, but it takes so many hits, I don't like them. So as the only thing for my C4, which is the one that has, or the A1 that has 6 missile slots, was not really worth it to me to get that many long-range missiles and just shoot things, because it just takes so many shots to kill anything. But as a side thing, that might be pretty cool. And you can change all of these, and I'll change on weight and stuff like that, but I need that much money to be able to even use this mech. And then it needs to be optimized, and blah blah blah, and then I need to use it a lot. It's kind of a long process. I think you're eventually going to be able to change this, like the thing there, but they don't really have much in the way of that. Okay, what else am I missing? Oh, trial mechs also do not, you don't get EXP for it, which it kind of sucks, kind of doesn't. It's kind of promoting you to buy stuff, but at the same point, you still have things that you can use. And even when you're not in-game, or even when you're not doing it, it still brings you money. So, it's not that bad. Anyway. I'll probably go with the shotgun one, and then once I die, I'll go into that. Oh yeah, while loading things in, 28 degrees C. I don't really know if I haven't really been on a planet that has less gravity, but there's two different types of game modes right now. One of them's resource gathering, one of them's
weapons online.
Wiggle wiggle. One of them's
All systems nominal.
domination. This is the resource gathering one. Essentially, it's point cap, but more or less all games end up in kill your enemy. And yeah, I like this map though. This is a cool map. Uses the Crysis engine, Cry 3 engine, so can hit pretty hard on graphics. Oh, there's a heavy laser. Fuel at 0%. The thing about jump jets is they're fun to use. It feels, honestly, this mech, even though it doesn't handle well with range, feels more like a mech than my other mech. I don't know exactly how to explain that. This feels like I'm driving something. The other one just kind of feels like, okay, well, I'm gonna go over here now. But I will probably cut until I see enemies. Alright, so I see a few enemies. I also got shot at a couple times, so someone knows I'm here. But, yeah. Legs.
Fuel at 25%.
That looked great. Okay, so there we are. This mech also doesn't handle well on, like, inclines. What is he doing?
Heat level critical.
Sometimes this is confusing where
Fuel
the
at
crosshairs are
25%. Fuel at 0%.
Yes. Or when the crosshairs are a different thing in the circle. You can actually lock that into place. I think it's shift. Yeah, shift. Also, if you run on ammo, one of the best things to do if you have jump jets is just land in the mech. It'll do
Fuel
a lot of
at
damage.
25%. Heat level critical.
Yes. Ooh.
Critical.
Don't notice I'm here. Well, actually, they probably do. Now they do. I'm gonna die. Yeah, so my ammo is depleted now. Which is one of the annoying...
25%. Fuel at 0%.
I'm gonna die here on death.
Critical damage. Warning.
As you can see, my
incoming
torso
missile.
is
Enter
in trouble.
torso. Critical damage.
Stop.
Fuel at 25%.
They're probably thinking, like, what is it doing? Yep, and it did. But it did 200 damage, and I got killed. So, as you can see, first off, this mech came back, so I got money. Woo. And, this mech is still in game, so I can't use it for a while. But once it comes back, I'll get money from it, and EXP, and blah blah blah. I'll do a little bit of this, but it's not going to be as interesting. I'll probably end up cutting most of this, or cutting out, after this. This is actually one of my favorite maps, though it is a desert. Ambient temperature of 97 degrees,
Reactor
no water.
online. Sensors online.
So that means that
Weapons
you overheat a little bit
online.
faster. Which,
All systems
in all honesty, only means that I get, like, 1 or 2 less shots, but I don't know why, I like this area. What I was talking about chain firing, by the way, you can damage enemies, or friendlies, by the way, which I was not firing, is this. Same button, both things. Yeah, I think it's some sort of crystal, whatever. Unfortunately, all this game is, let's go in a direction, pick on the map. Oh, right, the mini-map. So there's a map. It's kind of confusing because it doesn't orient to you, so I'm there, and that's the map. Legs. Go the right way. I can't do it. Okay, actually, I will explain that. So there's a video by the iBroke guys. I don't remember what their actual YouTube name is. I'm a pretty big fan of them. I think it's Uncharted, one of the latest ones. There's just this random guy that gets cut in half, so there's legs in the middle of the thing, and the guy went, legs. Come on, legs, let's go. And that was, I don't know why I turned into a meme with me and Chapel, or at least with Chapel. So yeah. Oh yeah, so just noticed something. So you can see the up in my right hand corner there, that is, I have a Jenner on target. Jenner is a very light mech, but it has like 5 lasers or something like that, and an anti-missile system. So essentially, it's kind of like a laser shotgun in that case. And that's long-range missiles. The thing with long-range missiles is, as long as they're locked on and they have a straight sight to you, they'll just keep firing it. But you can have an anti-missile system, which is essentially kind of like a shotgun on your, actually a machine gun on your back. So this mech is essentially...
New target acquired.
It essentially does this a lot, where you find a precarious place to stick yourself, and you make sure you hit things. Which I failed at.
New target acquired.
More than likely I'll get shot at in a second. Yep. Oh, he's
New
using a chain
target
fire.
acquired.
Catapult. Oh shit. The thing is, I just damaged my leg, I think.
Target acquired. Online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
Wiggle, wiggle.
All systems nominal.
I like that. So unfortunately, that's how I'm in the shotgun mech again. Unfortunately, that's how a lot of my games go. I either do really, really well, or I die very quickly. Which is kind of actually how a lot of games go for a lot of people. I don't know. The thing is, a lot of people end up going for, if they have a smaller mech, they whoa, right, this is the hot world. They usually tend to put like a lot of things on it that do a lot of damage, and then because they can run around, they don't have to worry about overheating, because they just kind of hit, run, so it sort of work. Eventually I need to get a... Oh yeah, I don't know if you noticed this before, in the other worlds, where it was, moderate temperature, my heat for walking, just using the engine and stuff for walking around, it was about 3%. Here it's 8. So, yeah, the colder temperature worlds, it's a lot less. But yeah.
Fuel at 0%.
I also actually just noticed, I also was flying, so I like that. I also just noticed this actually is a different kind of game. So we have our base, and then there's their base. And we either have to take over their base, or kill them.
Fuel at 25%.
I'd actually really like to see a campaign mode in this. I mean, I know it kind of goes against it, but it'd be kind of cool. Especially on like a moon or something. I don't know. I like the idea of flying around in a mech. I guess it might be kind of dumb, but...
Target acquired. New target acquired. Fuel at 25%.
So the things he was firing at me were probably either autocannons or the railgun things I was talking about. And as I said, ballistics weapons hit harder, but they have limited ammo. Unfortunately, mechs like that, you can just stick a shit ton of ammo in it, put an ammo case on it to make sure it doesn't explode, and you're good. Oh crap! As soon as I cut, thinking I was gonna not see action for a little bit, I get shot at. thing is, a lot of the mechs don't actually have jump jets. At least a lot of the mechs that people use for the big mechs. The little mechs tend not to either. It depends. I haven't seen a lot of people using jump jets aside from these types.
New target acquired.
Forest colony again, but in snow, so temperature's a lot lower, and gravity's technically less too. Didn't notice that before, but yeah. I prefer snow maps because I like how they look, but also you get a couple shots off before you'd actually. If you haven't been able to tell, I'm not actually very good at this game. I like it though.
Sensors
it's
online.
Fun.
Weapons online.
A couple other games I've been having fun with lately is Warframe and Dark
nominal.
Souls, which, depending on how I feel, I might end up actually recording some of that. If I even post this, I don't know if I've been kind of getting bored. I need to finish Metro 2033. I need to record it, or I need to turn down the settings and go through it kind of as not a speed run per se, but as more of an enjoyable thing than anything. I kind of started that project when I was a little depressed, and I'm actually in a lot better place, I guess you could say. It had to do with a lot actually to do with medication. I have ADD, shocking, and that the medication that I was on, Ritalin, generic form of Ritalin actually. After I don't even know how many years of being on it since middle school, really. Actually, since elementary school, I was on medication since elementary. It stopped working, and it actually had negative side effects that
Target
were
acquired.
pretty bad. Heart rate, depression, all that kind of thing. And I saw a psychiatrist that prescribed me something different, which is actually Adderall. Not very much of a fan of it. It's much more potent, so even though I take less dosage, so it affects me a little bit more. Basically, don't feel
New target acquired.
I'm totally gonna get hit by missiles in like 3 seconds. Is that a friendly little thing? But anyway.
Base is being captured.
The other thing about it was I had to do some personal stuff that I don't really want to talk about anymore because it's weird. But yeah.
Base is being captured.
I don't know if that's someone shooting at me or shooting beside me. Gray refers to what I'm doing right now as a keyboard mover or something like that. It's a term from WoW. I got into Guild Wars 2, and I didn't realize you could move your character with the mouse for a while. So he was like, "What are you doing? Don't do that. That's for noobs." And it was actually kind of amusing. Is that a friendly or not? You are not. Therefore, I'm gonna snipe you.
Target acquired.
I don't actually know the effective range of the lasers. Like, I can never tell what range they're in. So
Warning, incoming missile. System offline.
I can do that. I can turn off my power, which it means that you can't be targeted. You are a sitting duck, and you don't have any of the things. You can't see your mini map. You can't. Well, you can. You can see that. But more or less, you turn off the entire mech. No heads-up display, nothing like that. The only good thing about it is your heat dissipation goes way up when you do that. So if you're in a tight spot and oh, I think
Target acquired.
Life relief. Sorry. Also, I think the only reason I'm getting so much lag is because Fraps is on. But
Warning, incoming missile.
really,
System offline. Warning, incoming missile.
there are ways that they can
Destroyed.
really.
Base is being captured. New target acquired. Warning, incoming missile. Critical damage. West destroyed.
And I would like to point out that this map is negative 85 Celsius. That's pretty cold. I guess Frozen City is a good name for it. I'm using the
Reactor
sniper mech again because I
online.
usually
Sensors online.
survive.
Weapons
I actually didn't
online.
realize it, but I was the last mech alive in the last
All
match.
systems
So,
nominal.
yeah. Draw stuff in the snow sometimes. But anyway, the entire reason I was explaining that whole thing about kind of being a little bit depressed there is I started that and I remember all of it. The Metro 2033 thing, but I'm just not really feeling it anymore. I would rather play through it, know the storyline, maybe play through it again later. Metro Last Light looks pretty good, but I'm probably not going to buy it until it's on sale because of the whole fiasco with the you don't get Ranger mode until you buy that, which in all honesty I probably wouldn't play Ranger mode the first time anyway because I'm not good at, well, I'm not bad at them either. I'm new to the Metro 2033 games, but to do that right off the bat, it's kind of annoying to me. Besides that, I don't have the money anyway. I would probably wait for a sale on it. Dark Souls 2? Dark Souls. There we go. Not shoes. 2 is interesting, but it's also one of those games that I'm probably not going to be able to afford. As no one knows, I kind of accidentally helped start a company, sorta. I can't talk about it a lot because it's we actually have we're actually going through patent laws and stuff like that. But essentially, me and friends, mostly my friends, I just kind of helped out a little bit. Made a thing for a competition, and we ended up winning the competition. And it's a design for prosthetic limbs, cheap prosthetic limbs, like really cheap. A normal prosthetic limb for a single unit usually costs around 4K, 4,000. The design that we have would probably be around 20 bucks, give or take. And it's designed for third world countries and children and all that good stuff. But the thing is, it's also designed to grow with them because, I mean, kids grow really fast, and if you're going to pay $4,000 every single time you need to change something,
Target acquired.
you're going to want it to, well, you wouldn't be able to do that in a third world country. But if you're going to pay $20 for it, I mean, actually, ideally, it'll be free to the actual customer. It's a much,
Critical damage. Heat sink destroyed.
wow, I did a lot of damage.
Critical damage.
This probably, that shot killed me. that's what I mean by ballistic weapons kill you a lot of the time. Yeah, damage AC 20. That's an auto damage 20. I think it's 20 damage. I don't know. Big freaking cannon. But I'll exit out and explain. So yeah, anyway, a lot of the thing with like, you know, Minecraft and the pants stuff and all that kind of thing. Some of our viewers don't actually understand that we have lives outside of, you know, the Minecraft series. I actually don't think that a lot of the viewers even watch the pants channel, so it doesn't really apply to a lot of people. But there was one guy that was commenting on one of our videos that was he was talking to Exotria, to John. I don't think he knew who John was, because he was saying like, oh, I don't think you should be commenting because you only have 4 videos on your channel, and I don't know. But the whole Let's Play thing has become a lot slower because of the amount of people we have in it. The other thing is, I'm in school, and I don't take my desktop up. I'm probably gonna have to eventually, because I need to be able to use SolidWorks and a bunch of other licensed programs that are expensive as hell, and I don't want to put them on my laptop, which is 4 years old. The whole point of that, though, is if you've noticed us kind of winding down a little bit, it's because we kind of, you know, Ardwick's out of school. He has a job now. The people that are in school are gearing up on well, we're in summer right now, but we're gearing up on a new semester, and, you know, blah blah blah. But yeah, I also am very lazy at editing, so that's another reason I don't post stuff all that much. But yeah, legs. But yeah, this game, I would suggest playing it. It is one of those types of games that you do have to kind of play a lot of to really get any of the good stuff out of it. You'll kind of be rewarded pretty quick with different things, but it'll take a long time to build stuff. And unless you have someone that unless you have someone that knows what they're doing, you're probably going to make a lot of mistakes in terms of the different items and stuff like that. You can even attach a flamethrower to these things. I find that hilarious. They don't really do all that much damage, but they cause you to overheat pretty quick. This is actually one of the things with Dark Souls. It's another game that I've been playing. I also highly recommend it. Unless you know what you're doing, you're probably gonna make a lot of mistakes, and in that game, you'll probably die a lot too. But in this game, dying gets you money. Like, literally, you cannot lose a game and get 0. You won't get a lot, but you will get stuff. I'm actually gonna cut and go into the test bay again just to fool around while I talk.
Reactor online. Sensors online.
So I'm
Weapons online.
wait for the nominal.
All systems nominal.
I'm in the K2 again, which is my sniper. Anyway, but yeah, the part of the reason I was talking about all that is I would absolutely love to sit down and play games all day, but I can't. And secondly, I mean, that's not really doing much. At the end of the day, you don't really get much done. Which, for someone in high school or something like that, whose homework is easy or who doesn't do their homework or something like that, yeah, go play games or whatever, because you're not going to do much else. But for someone who's in college and stuff like that, it's kind of not really what you should be doing. And I'm saying that more for myself because I always play games. The one thing I will say, though, I tend to check my phone a lot because my girlfriend texts me every once in a while, and she always comes before games, because that's more important. To sum everything up,
Warning,
though.
incoming
Oh.
missile.
Ow.
Warning, incoming missile.
Where are they?
Warning, incoming missile. System offline.
Sum everything up, though. The reason that a lot of the different Let's Plays haven't been going on is we all have lives, but also we just did this for fun originally. We didn't actually expect people to be fans of it or whatever.
Warning,
not that they're
incoming
fans
missile.
of me, of course. Fans of Hardwick. Of course, I actually expect people to be fans of Hardwick because he's
Warning,
pretty cool.
incoming missile.
But
Warning, incoming missile.
it became more of a job, and it doesn't pay. That's a shame.
Warning, incoming missile. Warning,
Oh, you also get a lot more points.
missile.
Is that an enemy or is that friendly?
Target acquired. Warning, incoming missile. New target acquired. Warning, incoming missile.
But,
Warning, incoming missile.
critical damage. Alright, like 3 hits.
Center torso, critical damage. Critical damage.
I got a few hits. I'll just spectate someone else so I can talk. But,
Heat level critical.
see, this guy's using
Target acquired.
actually the same. This is a K2, isn't it? Oh, it's a Raven. Huh. Basically the same loadout I am.
Warning, incoming missile.
Fast, fast, fast,
Heat level
fast.
critical. Center torso, critical damage. Warning, incoming missile. Warning, incoming missile. Heat level critical.
This guy is using.
Warning, incoming missile.
The ERPPCs, by the way, are long range, more long range. So it's kind of. This guy's basically a
New target.
tank. Large lasers and.
Light arm destroyed. SRM destroyed.
Is a stalker.
New target acquired. Target acquired.
Who's that guy again? I think I want to watch this one. This one's pretty cool. Medium laser, ER laser, ER large laser. I think ER. I actually don't know what ER lasers stand for. There's light, medium, and heavy, but there's also ones
Target
that
acquired.
when they fire they go pew pew pew.
Level critical.
It's actually a pretty good. Oh, this is Misery. Okay, that's why. Misery is a really big mech. Oh yeah, but what I was saying earlier is it kind of stops being fun when you when you're expected to do something, and you also get. If you go through some of the comments on all of the videos that we actually really love for games that we really love, it's not that I don't care about other people's opinions. It's just that sometimes people can be kind of. They don't realize that they're assholes, or that they do, and stuff like that. And it just kind of makes people not really want to make videos anymore. But I'm just lazy as hell, which is why I haven't been making. So cool, Mech. The anti-missile system, as I said, it has it kind of fires off like flares from a Guardian. The AC-20 is the autocannon 20mm. I think it's 20mm. It's 20 something. ER laser, though. And let's go see a different mech. Stalker. His arms off. by the way, the PPCs, basically, if you just strap on a bunch to this and you just fire off, you'll do a shit ton of damage, but your heat level will shoot up.
Heat level critical.
And my team's probably gonna lose, so I'm just gonna say anyway. What I've been blathering on about is essentially the fact that the reason you haven't seen a lot of activity on the channel is partly because people have stuff to do, and it's also kind of demotivating when people are like, "This, why are you doing this game? This game sucks. Go back to Minecraft." Minecraft got boring to me, honestly. Even with the mods and stuff, it's kind of, I still love it. It's still a very good game, and I still play it every once in a while. But when we've kind of played it to death for right now. It's not, it's not commenting on how any other people feeling. I'm just mean, like, for me, it's kind of like, okay, whatever. If we weren't doing the series, I probably wouldn't really be playing it all that much anymore anyway. But, which is why I branched into other games like this, which is a really, really fun game. So go try it. I'm going to stop talking now because I'll just go off on random rants again. But yeah, derp.